I was preparing for CAT also. That also helped me to develop my analytical skills. And you are basically analyzing the data and bringing out the business insights from it. But it's good to have advanced Excel, Python, Power BI, Tableau. You can build some project.
Hey guys, welcome to the episode 2 of That's My Role. If you're new to this channel, let me tell you that That's My Role is a series where we cover all possible career options by the professionals to help the job seekers, undergraduates, and the people who want to switch careers. Today we have with us Ashish Singh. He is Decision Analyst Associate at ZS, and he has been a mechanical engineer who turned himself into a Decision Analyst Associate. Thank you so much, Ashish, for accepting my invite for That's My Role. I'm happy to have you and would love to have the conversation on this.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank you for being here. I'm glad to share my experience with all the folks out there. Yeah. So, as Mansi told, that I'm Ashish Singh, currently working as a Decision Analytics Associate with ZS, one of the management consulting firm, based out of Pune location. And prior to that, I was working with a core mechanical firm, and I have done my basically bachelor's in mechanical engineering from HPTI Kanpur. This was brief about me.
Yep. Let's get started with this conversation about the decision analyst role, and I'm so happy to have you. Let's start with the very first question. So Ashish, how did you decide ki chalo, let's do this decision analyst associate and this is something that I really want to do? So how did you decide that this is the role that you want to be?
Yep. So if I talk about my journey to this role, previous to that, I just was working with my core, because I am from mechanical engineering. So I was working with a firm in a core mechanical domain, where I worked for around 9 to 10 months basically. So there, I was also trying to have this kind of role in that firm, but somehow or other, the things were not going into as I was expecting basically. So then I decided basically, so how can I just ramp up my skills and come to this data analytics field and all. So I just got connected to one of my friend. He was also working in ZS as shades. Then he told me that there is an opportunity with ZS, and I was in parallel. I was preparing for CAT also. That also helped me to develop my analytical skills and as well.
Right, absolutely.
So that basically becomes a fuel for me to crack this role.
Right.
Yeah. So and while I was studying in the college and everything, so I was more keen about about data, and I heard of these fields and all. So that interest basically got fuel at that time when I was trying to switch from my core job in mechanical engineering. So that's how this thing came. Yeah.
Great, Ashish. So a lot of job seekers, a lot of undergraduates do not eventually know ki ye data analyst wali field mein what does happen and how does a day look like. Could you please tell us ki what kind of work do people do in this field?
Sure. So basically what happens in data analyst, it means a role where you are basically working on analyzing the data and bringing out the business insights from it. So you need to closely work with the peoples currently, like the business operation peoples, and because they will be like, it's a more of kind of a role in which you understand data from the business perspective. So all the business rules or the business insights you need to keep extract from the data. That might be you are using some tools, advanced Excel, Tableau for making dashboards, Power BI, and sometimes you also used to work on SQL, structured query language, that is for extracting data and whatever data you want in the whatever format that you need to do from that. And these kind of tools basically we use for data analysis, and then the insights which we can churn out of the data that we can deliver to a business. So that's what we are doing in this
role. Right. Okay. So what do you think a skill in a fresher would be, plus point if he has that particular skill, if he wants to enter this field of data analysis or maybe decision analyst? Yeah.
So for a fresher, I would say that there is not a lot of skills required in terms of tools to be in CS, but it's good to have if you have, you can learn advanced Excel, Python, Power BI, Tableau. You can build some project around that. So that will provide an extra edge over the candidates which is appearing for the same
Right.
interview, because they are currently there are a lot of people who are applying for the same role and the pool is very big. So if you want to stand out of those people, then you need to have something which will provide an extra edge to you or in the interview. So that's one thing. You can learn any of these tools which are there. You can build some
And
project around
one
that.
more thing, I think SQL also is one of the good must have skill, right?
Yeah, that's what I was coming with. Like SQL also, I also learned SQL, did some certifications around that, and I just kept in my CB also at that time when I was applying. So that's also provided an extra edge to me while being interviewed. And they also ask some questions around SQL. They might ask you to run some queries live for SQL to extract data and all. So that's the one thing. And other important thing is upon your analytical skills basically, because while working with the data, you need to over and top of that data, you need to have those business rules also aligned where your logical thinking, your analytical thinking more works. So those kind of very very relevant for success at this role. Yeah.
You talked about having projects in resume, works great, right? So what kind of projects are you talking about in this role particularly?
Like if you go to Geeks for Geeks and all those sites, then you may end up doing some getting some relevant project that may be around like I'll give you an idea of how can a project be. Like you have some data out of some automobile field or healthcare field or any field it may be per se. Then you can build some you can churn some insights out of that data and build interactive dashboard through
Right.
Tableau or something that you can add in your portfolio. And whenever the interviewer is asking that what you did, and you have mentioned these skills basically in Tableau, Power BI. So that then it would be like a kind of conversation with the interviewer. When you can showcase your skills there, you can say that I have built some kind of dashboards where I could able to utilize these my skills. And also with Excel VBA, like those kind of skills are also important. So this is a kind of a brief about project what you can build. So there are a lot of websites which are over there. If you search it for it, like you can Google that,
Okay.
then you get a lot of insights over there. Yeah.
And so Ashish, the next question that I have for you is that what kind of assessment or on what basis are we assessed when we are applying for these kinds of roles?
Yeah. So this is very important question now, because many of you may be looking out for how we can apply for this after knowing all those things ki ye skill required hai on those projects are there.
Right.
So coming to this point, when I have applied for ZS, then they have a very rigorous process in which you need to go through 3 to 4 rounds of interview, in which my first round was aptitude round, in which general questions were there around aptitude, uh, from medium difficulty to higher, like more difficult. And after that, then they have some AI based interview in which they will be asking more questions, more personal questions, how you work out in some situations, kind of those questions were there. So that was the first round of interview. After that, the most important for a management consulting firm is case study, in which they will provide you, that is the second round, in which they will provide you with a case. That case may be around any business problem. Let's say some firm is there, they have some workforce, they have some sales data or something kind of those things. So they want you to churn, they will give you some use cases, some questions around that. Then you need to find out the insights from the graphs, from the data that they have given. So that was the second round of interview. in which you have to solve that case for around 1 hour from yourself. Then you need to upload the PDF and all. Then after that, on that case interview only, you will have on that case study interview only, you will have a round with a senior person from the firm, in which you need to, you know, have a conversation with that person, whatever results you have come up, and you can he may drill you around the questions ki aapne aisa kyun kiya and why you did
Right, right.
that, can we do it a other way. So yeah, for me it was like 1 hour long, and it was very, he drilled me a lot, and finally like
These
it was
people,
good only.
yeah, these people, question back on question. So you asked one question, you'll answer, and then they again ask question on that particular answer only. Right.
Yeah, it was like he just showed me live कि ऐसा ऐसा कर सकते हैं. Then I was like हाँ कि ऐसा ऐसा भी हो सकता है, but it's kind of, yeah, that was back and forth basically discussion, and you may agree to some of their points. It's good only कि because they are more senior people, then you might also present your thoughts. They are
Right.
very open to innovation and creativeness, so that's cool. And after that, after getting over to this round, I had a round that is called more of a behavioral round, or
Right, right.
HR fit
Background.
round kind of. Yeah, so that is with one of the very senior people from the firm. So they will more check you on your soft skills.
Right.
Yeah, so how you manage to go through some situation while doing teamwork and all those questions, and how is your work qualities and all those steps. So
Okay.
that was also a tricky part, because all those rounds are eliminating rounds,
Right.
so you may be eliminated at any round.
Right.
So that
And
was it. Yeah.
what kind of soft skills do you think are really important being a data analyst apart from communication? Like communication to aana hi chahiye, because other than that, how will
Yeah.
you communicate all the data insights that you have? Other than that, what do you think is soft skills that a person needs?
Yeah. So apart from communication, one has to be a good team player, because in data, while dealing with the data, you need to have talk to different teams. The
Right,
cross-functional
right.
teams are there, so you need to get some data. And even I'm working with, like, there is a team which is sitting on the onshore. Onshore means there may be some other
Yeah,
country,
right.
US, anywhere. So you need to clarify with them. You need to have you as you said, the communication skills, so verbal and written, both communication
Both,
skills are
right.
required.
And
Yeah,
analytical skills and all of those things. So logical skills,
those things
analytical.
I already.
Yeah, exactly. Those things are great at. Okay, so we have got to know about the process of interviews and the examinations. So, so Ashish, after working for a year or so, I wanted to know what kind of expectations did you had from this role, and when you joined as an analyst, what do you think कि यार ये वाली चीज है, or you found some reality into this field? Is it a very tedious kind of thing, or what do you
Yeah,
think what are the
so
pros and cons of being a data analyst? Yeah.
good management consulting firm, there will be I'll just talk about some like pros first, consequences I'll talk about later.
Right,
So
right.
while working with this firm, I could able to find that there are the folks which are, they are like, just if you give them data or anything, they will take a lot of quick decisions and everything. So we can learn a lot. They have a very steep learning curve. They will give you an early responsibility basically to lead the team, to lead the calls with the clients and everything. So that is like, they will shape you in such a way that you are a better in communication skills,
You can
in your
find your
task management,
right. You can find your
best out
personal
of,
growth.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that was the thing. They will develop you as a very well trained professional. So that is what GS is known for. There are a lot of people who join at their early age in the career, and they get shaped a good professional, as a good
Right,
professional.
right, right.
Yeah. So consequences, if I talk about cons, so it's like you need to as a fresher or something, if you're coming, then you need to work really hard for this role, because you might be not able to cope up sometimes with the the data is coming, and it's a fast-paced industry in which you need to keep working on different tools. Maybe the tools will change according to the project as well. So there is no specified, if you are working on Excel, you will work on Excel only. If you work on Tableau, you will
You need to
work on Tableau only.
switch on different tools and learn simultaneously, because being a
Yeah,
fresher सारे
learning
tools तो नहीं आ सकते अचानक से. So right, correct, absolutely could agree on that. So this one last question that I have is that what kind of suggestions or tips you wanna give it to the freshers or the people who wanna switch career towards this data analyst role, that you want to tell them ki this things are there, be prepared with these things, or something like that.
Yeah. I would say ki I don't have a lot of tips, but whatever experience I have, I can share those tips. Basically, what I did. First of all, that as I told, you need to have some basic skills of tools. That would be a great asset for you while interviewing or while appearing for the interviews, or on your CV if you also can put. And apart from this, you can have some project, as I told, on Tableau or something. That would be a great edge for you.
Right.
Yeah. And apart from this, like if I tell you analytical skills, as I told, those will be like very much required, as I started preparing for CAT and everything like at that time. So that really helped me to shape my understanding of aptitude and everything. So that will also help basically. So apart from this, just chill. If you have those skills, then chill out there and give your interview. And that's what I can say. Basically, that's what I followed as well. So basically, you need to work hard. That is all for, if you want to be a successful, then you need to work hard. But apart from this, if you can apply those tips, then that would provide a great strength to you in your CV and in your interview as well.
What do you think, Ashish? This field of data analytics and decision analyst will grow in coming years or would go down? Definitely it would grow, because everything is going to be data driven and data insights and working on insights. In fact, business decisions, half of the business decisions, mostly, not just half, are taken on the basis of data. So this role is what, according to me, is going up in a very exponential layer. What do you think
about this, how this role will be growing up in the next coming years? Because it's all about, if you search it also, 2.5 trillion bytes of data or something that we are producing every day while using the internet.
Definitely,
and all. So you can see that if businesses are looking forward to use this data for their products, for the customer insights and everything.
Right.
Yep. Taking up better decisions, better insights, to give a customer experience, wholesome customer experience. And a lot of things are there which are going to be data driven eventually. They are becoming now also, and by 2025 there are a lot of vacancies or the jobs which will be generating in this field. So
right.
I would say if you want more insight, then you can also you can also be active on LinkedIn and all. You get a lot of insights there. These fields will be.
And you can also follow Ashish on LinkedIn to get ideas and also about insights on data analytics. Definitely.
Yep. I try to share all those things, basically whatever is possible for me. And there are a lot of folks apart from me also present over LinkedIn. Those are really sharing some good stuffs. Shashank Misha and everything. So a lot of people are there who will help you.
Definitely. And so
Mansi is the one also.
So thank you so much, Ashish, for this, for having this, completing up this episode. I'm so happy that a lot of people would definitely learn from this episode of being a data analyst and working up here. Thank you so much for coming up and accepting my invite for the day.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Thank you.